and welcome to my craft desk. Today we're going to unpack my travel craft bag. So my good friend Kristen Swain, who's on here, I'll put her link to her YouTube below, has a travel craft bag and she takes it on holiday with her. She takes it everywhere with her. On Saturday, I went to work with my other half and he still brings some crafting stuff. So I decided to load up my travel craft bag. I'm in the front of his work van. I haven't got much space. I was limited to what I could do and what I couldn't do. So I'm just going to show you quickly what's in my travel craft bag as I unload it. So the first thing is all of these things are things I use in my craft space regularly. So they need to go back in. They can't live in my travel craft bag. I haven't got duplicates, unfortunately. But this is a little bundle of papers that I have got off Temu, and what I was doing with them is making these little ephemera pieces. So I was ripping up and sticking pictures and words together, and they will go in my little pre-made sort of ephemera pile so that I can pick them up and use them on tags going forward. So I made some of them. These books are dictionary pages and little images, again all off of Temu, but a lot of paper and a lot of designs in a small space. So I took that. It also lives just under this desk space normally, folds in there, doesn't take up much space at all. So the next thing I took with me was some more papers and some more cardstock. So I took my little Tim Holtz Ranger Distress core cards. I love this cardstock. It is textured. I don't know if it is readily available. You can distress it. It's got a nice colour core on it. I love it, and it's got a good range of colours. So I took that with me. I also then took some paper, some printed vintage paper, which I got ages and ages ago off Temu. To be able to die cut or distress or masterboard with. And then some black and grey, this shimmery cardstock as well, because that gave me a lot of options. Did I take any? Yes, and then I also took in this pocket some purple and some yellow shades, purely because I knew that I might be die cutting out some elements that needed these colours. These are lovely because they give you all of the shades of one colour, and so if you're doing flowers or things like that, they're all there. They are Crafter's Companion, I believe, but don't quote me on that one. I also then just took a set of card blanks with me so I could stamp on them. I could use the card base as masterboards. I could do a lot of things on them, die cut into them, so it gave me options. I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to be doing while I was there. I then took my good old faithful Pritt stick. I love using Pritt stick rather than a wet glue, especially if I'm on the go or if I'm doing something that's not structural. If it's just paper to paper or paper to cardstock, love Pritt stick. I also would recommend buying a Pritt stick rather than an off-brand version. I love a good off-brand bargain, but Pritt stick definitely is the way forward. It sticks a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. Yeah. Talking about being clean, I took some wet wipes with me, surface wipes, baby wipes, all the same thing, so that if I did make any mess I could just quickly wipe it up without having to have any water or anything else with me. As you can see it here, I can put them away as we go because these all live in my craft area normally. I also took some patterned paper. What I didn't realise at the time is that it's linen. So it's got a linen finish. I was like, oh, they're really pretty pictures. We can do some stamping on them. And then when I tried, as you can see here, the linen paper didn't work very well with the stamping. But we live and learn. Also took some papers that I had tea dyed, again for creating masterboards with, or stamping on, or die cutting out of. So you have the options for all of them. Some scraps of what I've got left. And then in here we have my stamping platform. So I do only have the one stamping platform. I have stuck a piece of old Cricut matte to the bottom, so it's tacky, so it holds on to a lot of materials when we're doing it. You can see that it's got die cut images out of it for where I've used it to die cut. But yeah, and then the magnets on there, so that's always good to have. My trusty scissors, I did just grab these. It's normally a toss-up between these and the Crafter's Companion purple ones, which ones I go to, but these were just the first ones I grabbed. Good multi-purpose scissors, does everything you need it to. Then my sidekick, again, little portable, ideal for travelling with because it is tiny. Set of plates to go with it, doesn't take up much room at all. But does give you the option to die cut. One thing I will say that I found out on Saturday is that if you're going to take a small die cutting machine with you, make sure the dies that you take with you to use in it fit. Because I didn't check, and the set of dies I took were too wide for my die cutting machine. These are some projects that I made just using tags. These are actually tags that were in my partner's work van, but shh, don't tell his company. I saw them and couldn't resist. So we've got this lucky one, we've got the blue one. This will probably end up being embellished a bit more, and that one definitely will be added to my journal. Not sure what I'll use that one for, but I'll find a use. What have we got here? Some scraps of paper. I was trying a new technique that I had seen where you fold the pieces and then attach them to the sides of cards and sides of gift tags. So I was playing around with that with some scraps. Then stamps and dies. So in here I took a variety of basically stamps I wanted to play around with. So we've got a lot of the Andy Skinner grungy ones, but they are small enough they'll go into the platform. They're not too much detail. They're stamps that it doesn't matter if I haven't got a project in mind. This is the die set. So all the bits inside worked, the round circle worked, the actual clock face itself was too big. So I didn't end up making it as it was, but in here somewhere you'll see what I did make while messing around in die cutting. Some more stamps. Again, cling stamps, but they are a good size to take with me. I used this horse stamp and I used these to do some stamping onto some velvet, which I will show you in a second. How cute are these? These are the ones that I was going to play around with, but didn't get around to it. We weren't actually there as long as I thought we were going to be. And this is the one that I tried to do onto the linen card. And then my go-to, my favourite ever stamping ink on all materials, all types of thing, is Versafine. Versafine Onyx Black is my go-to. She's really, really crispy when she prints. She is just a lovely all-around black paper card material. I recently, so I took with me a couple of sheets of this velvet material. This velvet material is actually from a sample book of fabric. I recently got a bundle of sample fabric from a lady local to me to play around with and to stamp on. I had done it on a little sample before, but thought this would be ideal to have and stamp all over and use as a journal cover. And these are what I made. So I was stamping onto these pieces of velvet, and then I just fussy cut them out. And again, that will become an element on a project. What, I don't know. I did it a couple of times. Fussy cut some out, didn't fussy cut the others. That's the other designs. The two bird designs are very cute. I like the texture of the velvet, not vellum. And then decided to try and do it with a different stamp set onto this texture. And because the stamp was too detailed, you kind of lose the the design, but the concept was there. I'm not angry with it. It's definitely a learning curve. Yeah. And what have we got here? Another sheet of velvet that I didn't use. A horse that I stamped and didn't use. And then the little clock that I was going to make into a stop clock, make a little card front, but the dies didn't fit my machine. We live and learn. Yeah, and that is it really. That is the inside of my little craft travel bag. Craft travel bag. Yeah, it was ideal. Everything was in one place. Let me let you into a little secret though. Can you tell I was eating sweets while I was travelling? I used these 2 little pockets as a rubbish bin because I had nowhere else to put things. But yeah, the sweets were lovely. That reminds me, I've got to repatriate them from the van. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a lovely time. Hope to see you soon. Bye.